All right. Dad's a Gamer. We back at it again. We got the boys with us. Well, we missed one person, but let me introduce everybody. First, we got Dr. Joe, and
What's
we got
up, y'all?
Rico Bambino.
Yeah.
Before we get started, we're missing our brother in arms, Mr. Stickman. And I
Yeah.
just want to say, I know you're doing that twang, man. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Man,
Hey,
you need to
and
bring a
another
plate.
thing, I think the music basically just did the podcast for us.
Yeah,
Podcast over.
bro. We just
Before it even
completed
got
the
started.
raid, bro.
Heck yeah.
But before we get into it, we're just gonna let everybody know this might be an emotional podcast today, man. Dr. Joe might shed a couple tears around here.
I done got my crying out, so you ain't gotta worry about me. I ain't got it out. I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying?
But
What I'm talking about.
all right. So before we get started, we just want to tell everybody again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe button, and tell a friend about us. And leave a comment, because we're going to comment back to you, regardless of what you say.
For sure.
You want to call us names? We're going to call your names right back. So leave a comment now.
We want all the smoke.
We run up
Boys,
the
how we feeling?
Hey, man.
Great, brother.
Yeah, I was a little teed off last night from that little run in marathon, losing my perp, bro. But outside of my losing that purple, I'm all right.
You sure? You sure you good, bro?
Yeah, I got some loot back earlier, bro, when I was on my rook. But I feel all right, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day to everybody too, by the way, for this weekend, man.
Yep, happy Memorial, everybody.
All right. Well, for everybody know, one thing we're going to be talking about, I know a lot of news came out the past few days. So it seems like Destiny 2 is going to get its final update, and that's going to be it for Destiny 2. They're going to let it coast off into the sunset. So if I can get this to pop up, and I think I might be able to, I just wanted to read what they had posted the other day, just so everybody knows what's going on. If you living on a rock and you don't know what happened. So I'm just going to read it for everybody. So it says, for almost 12 years, we've had the joy and honor to explore Destiny Universe with you all. Through all the ups and downs, surprises, and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While love in Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. As our focus turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin work incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Through active development maybe concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes in the final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us, and the legacy it has created. Because of you all, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart to the lawless frontier, we have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. We are incredibly grateful to everyone who made that journey with us. From the deepest part of our hearts, thank you, and we'll see you in the stars. So
Thank God.
Thank God. Whoa, this is gonna be a testy one tonight, boy.
Thank God.
It's gonna be a testy one tonight. I almost teared up reading that mess. So
I mean, the last statement, might make it drop a little tear because it's just saying a farewell message. But thank God, man, they're moving on to bigger and better things. Well, let's hope that.
all right. Well, from what I just read, I just want to get before I get into my questions, because I got to unpack a lot of questions about this. I got a lot of questions to ask y'all. From when you first read that, we'll start, Dr. Joe. How did you feel, man?
Man, I went back to when I first started playing Destiny 2. Destiny 1, D1 on PlayStation. And then I switched to Xbox because all of you all were on Xbox. So I started playing on Xbox. But man, this is really hard, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've met a lot of great people playing this game across the entire world. Not just in the States, but across the States and other countries. We have played with people from Europe, the Netherlands, the Caribbeans, everywhere. And I think it's bittersweet. I think it's time that we move on from D2 because, they don't have it. I mean, a lot of it is kind of regurgitated content, and I still stand on this, Steve. And Rico, I blame the original CEO, bro. Where he drove this shit into the ground. They took a really good game and they abused it financially and tried to exploit people for money. And so, Bungie, if you're out here hearing me, this is on y'all. This ain't on Sony. This is on y'all. So, and I've got more to say, but I'm gonna just leave it at that, Rico. You go ahead.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of hateful comments towards Destiny 2 going bye-bye, and then they call Marathon a shit game. That's what they're gonna put their time and efforts into, is a shit game. I disagree with that. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Maybe the people that are saying this, they're just emotional on what they're used to, Sometimes you got to step outside of that box and try new things and see where that takes you. You never know. You might be just as engaged in that new thing than you was just with what you used to. Just like Joe said, it was a lot of regurgitated material from season to season. It's the same old stuff. What new do they really bring back? I mean, I haven't played it in a while, so I really can't have a talking point on that. But I did get off because it was just regurgitated. It was getting old and boring. The only thing that I could say that I still liked in the game was PvP. But now that we got Marathon out, and there are other great PvP games such as Battlefield, let's say for those of y'all that still like Call of Duty, I mean, they are just as good titles. And I think that Marathon, if they really get their devs on focusing on that game and kind of straying away from Destiny 2, and I do know that they got some layoffs and stuff coming, but if they do just focus on Marathon, I think it can be a great game, for the future. I don't think I can say is thank God. Enough was enough. Shut it down. But I would like to anticipate Destiny 3. Now, I hope that they are going to make that a thing. I'm not saying that. To me, Destiny 2 is one of the top 2 games that I've ever played. Man, maybe top 3. Halo was a lot more fun to me than when I first started on Destiny, but then Halo got a little bit watered down and boring. And then Destiny 2 was like that go-to everyday grind, and it was worth it. But we did meet a lot of great people, had a lot of great times. I mean, we still got those memories, but it is time to move forward on to newer and better memories.
Okay. So you did catch me off guard at the end there, though, Rico. So you're more so, if just correct me if I'm wrong, from your angle, you're more so like, let's get Destiny 2 out and let's work on something new like Destiny 3.
Yeah, let's usher in a newer Destiny.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're not like down on Destiny in general. It was just Destiny 2.
Right. Yeah. Destiny 2 done took its course.
Right. Yeah.
So let's get the focus off in that, and let's maybe go to Destiny 3. I mean, we talked about Destiny 3 years ago. We're like, they just need to go ahead and drop a third, but they kept kicking the can down the road with Destiny 2, and I don't know. You got a lot of sad pandas out there about this, but I'm not. Get it out of here. Bring in the third one.
Yeah, I think like before I get into the questions I want to ask y'all, I think like the biggest thing, in my opinion, is kind of what you alluded to, Rico, where there probably are going to be a lot of layoffs coming, and a lot of people was having hope that they were cutting off D2 to let that die off in the sunset, so they could bring in D3. But a lot of people now believing that now that layoffs are going to happen, D3 is not a thing anymore. Like, and matter of fact, just from some of the things I saw on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, the last few days, it was leaked that they were trying to get Destiny 3 greenlit before Final Shape came out, and it was turned down. So knowing that, on top of they have more than half of their workers working on Marathon, and that now they're going to have layoffs because I think they have roughly maybe 800 something employees, and they already had 2 or 3 other layoffs before because they had above 1,000 employees at one time. So knowing that they're laying those people off, because it doesn't make sense to have 800 people working on Marathon. Like the game isn't that big compared to Destiny. So I guess me personally, I just don't foresee Destiny 3 happening at all anymore, and that's why I'm more frustrated with. Because I was on your page, Rico. Like Destiny 2 just needs to die off because it was the same regurgitated content, in my opinion, and I think that should just die off so they can focus on bringing something new and like change things up to make Destiny 3 where it could be. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore, though. So I think that's where a lot more people are more frustrated. But that's just where I'm thinking, though. So into the questions of what I wanted to ask y'all. And Joe, I'm gonna start with you because this is more of my like journalistic questions of if I could ask Bungie, this is what I would want to know from them.
Okay.
But what does this decision signal about long-term sustainability for their live service games?
In regard to what? Like which games? You talking about Marathon or just
the decision that they're cutting off Destiny 2? It's been going 12 years. What does this signal to them and to people who play their games going forward about any game that they have now?
Well, the only way I can answer it is like this. As y'all was talking, I was thinking about something just monetarily, right? So let's just dive into this. In 2022, Sony purchased Bungie for $3.6 billion, right?
Yep.
Just at the end of March, they reported a $765 million shortfall, which included underperforming it for about $204 million and then an additional write-off of $565 million. So that's where the $765 million in total for reporting came in, right? So I want you to think about this. Sony made an investment, and I'm just looking at this purely from just a financial decision. You don't have a choice but to lay people off now because they've already done 1 or 2 cuts, right, for staff for Bungie. Now you've got to lay off probably the entire division aside from those that are working on Marathon. And those are probably more of your new developers that probably really didn't have a whole lot to do with Destiny too. You see, or Destiny in general. Which, remember, I told y'all a while back, if you're going to make a game, you would have to completely bring in a brand new team to build D3. And I'm not going to say it's out of the question, but if they were going to build a D3, it's probably 8 years down the road from now because of the money they've got to recoup. So think about this. In order to recoup that money, you're going to have to let that whole development team go. What does the salary range, or in general, when you combine all of the salaries for that development team, what do you think it equates to?
Right, they pay their people pretty good, so I want to say probably six figures easily made, like 120, maybe lowest 90.
Okay, now now from an operating budget, how much money is that for that whole development team? That's you see where I'm going. I'm going total cost. Do I think it's 200 million? No, it's probably not even 100 million, right? So that's just only a small drop in the bucket. You feel what I'm saying? So let's just say on average, right? Let's do some math real quick because I want us to really, really deep dive this, man. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, you got 800 employees, right? And we're just going to do a rough estimate. We're going to say on average, you've got, let me see,
800 employees. If everybody getting paid at least 100K on average, that's 80 million.
I ain't gonna say everybody getting paid 100K, but I know like the people that's doing like some of the bulkier work are definitely getting paid over 100K though.
Yeah, well, I mean, just on average, so some people probably getting paid $500,000. You never know.
Let's just say for the sake of art, that's 80 million, bro. That ain't nothing compared to 765 million. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even after letting them go, they're gonna have to let them go, Steve, and and Rico, and they're literally gonna have to focus on recouping that money back. And guess what? Marathon is a great game, bro. People that talk trash about this game, I understand their feelings, their emotions. I get all of that, bro. But let's not. It has a very good concept. The players that we play with, Rico and I mean, they've all liked the game. I mean, everybody we play with, I haven't heard anybody shit on the game at all. Mm-hmm. But on principle, Bungie caused this rift, bro, because they could have really took a brand new outlook and put it in a D3. And let's be clear, before the merger, they could have put this in production. And they could have doubled down on it. And I'm telling you, it would have brought so many players back because everybody wanted a D3. And we're not going to get it now. And if ever. You know what I mean? And not to be so long-winded, y'all, it's frustrating because it's like, that's what I mean. I blame all of this on the CEO. When you are running a company and you have a title like Destiny, bro, it was above its years, bro. You talking over a decade. It has ran the market. Like it has brought people together. I mean, hell, I was just sharing this with Steve, man. I don't know if you remember this. Remember we was doing Crota? I was rocking Deani in my lap when we was doing that. She was a baby. That was 11 years ago, bro. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Crazy to me, bro. And had a blast, man. And I think that's why everybody is so pissed off. You know what I mean? I don't think it has nothing to do with, everybody is emotionally tied to Destiny, the game itself. Because now it's like, well, damn, what do we do now? Right? Because, I mean, we could go play Arc Raiders. We could go back to Battlefield. We can go play Call of Duty. But there is no other game on the market right now that I want to play. Outside of that and Marathon. Those are the only titles. I could probably go play God of War. But there's nothing else. And that's sad, bro. That like Destiny has consumed that much of my life for the last 12 years. Because I had played that game a lot, bro. I have put in so much time, so much work. But that's why I'm just like, man, I'm with you, Rico. Man, let it burn. Like Usher, let it burn.
Hey, so Joe, like the question is, going back to your statement about, let's just say you lay off X amount of people, you try to recoup X amount of money, but that's just a small drop in the bucket. Like how do you recoup this money back without coming out with newer titles?
Man, I hate to say it, Rico, but you're gonna have to throw as much money as you can in the Marathon and make it something that it wasn't designed to be. You have got to turn this game now into a PvE shooter. you're gonna essentially have to turn it into Destiny on a different scale. So like you're gonna have to make cryo just straight PvE where people can just go in and just play it. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to do something with this game that you didn't intend to do. Because if you don't, this shelf life is gonna be very, very short too. Because think about it. As much positive feedback as people are giving this game, nobody is playing it like that. And that's what's so crazy to me too. This is a great game. Ain't nobody playing it because they pissed. And look, that Bungie ain't doing a D3, and this is it, bro. The base is gonna go back and play Pantheon. I'm telling you, because everybody had been waiting on that. They're probably gonna go play Pantheon for D2 over the summer, and that's gonna pull from Marathon. And then after they're done with Pantheon and beating that, and because everybody's just gonna want to see what are they throwing in this new update. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't even know if I want to play it. I mean, if we get the gang back just to do Pantheon, Steve, to go beat it, fine. Which I'm okay with that. Just to say, hey man, this is our last hurrah. Have fun to do Pantheon. But outside of that, I don't even know. I'm really, you know what I'm waiting on, y'all? GTA 6.
I think we all are.
That's what I'm waiting on. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm waiting on. And that can't come fast enough for me, bro. I'm counting down the days for that.
You think that's gonna be like online focus?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's gonna be more co-op. I think that's gonna be the one, bro, for us, in my opinion. I think that's gonna be a great game, bro.
So, but let's get back to that question though. So Rico, in terms of live service, the game has been going for 12 years, and now because it looks like they don't know what they're doing, they having to shut it down and not even do a D3. So, from your opinion, what do they look like in terms of live service games to you? Like, do you think they can continue to do live service, or do you think, as Joe said, if they don't change up Marathon, that's going to be a short shelf life as well? So, what do you think they stand in terms of live service games? Not just with Marathon, but with whatever they plan on working with, or what game they plan on creating.
I mean, if they don't create something soon, I can just see this company going bankrupt. Like, they are no longer being around. That'll be a name that we remember, but moving forward, it's just going to slowly dwindle away. Like it never happened, What else do you do? And going back to Joe's point, it's like they're going to have to make Marathon a banger. And I mean, advertisement, like how we done said a few times before, bro, like they got to start doing a lot more advertisement with that game, because still to this day, if it wasn't for y'all, I probably would never heard of it. Half of the guys that play Apex, Arc Raiders, Call of Duty, Battlefield, guys that game that I work with, they never heard of Marathon. They're going to have to push the envelope with this one. I mean, see, I read the article too, and they was saying that D3 is not going to be a no-go, but it's not cranking up right now. You know what I mean? Like, no, they aren't working on it, but they aren't saying that it's not going to be a thing either. They're just saying that, yeah, they're going to have to weigh some options, focus on Marathon, bring some great stuff to that, and D3 may be a possibility. That's what I read. But if they ain't even started on it, back to Joe's point, that's like 8 years from now. That's one of them games that you just can't throw out there. You got to have content, that online content that you're talking about, these seasons. You're going to already have to have all of that in the archive. So, yeah, I don't foresee it going well. I really don't.
On that point, Rico, like the fact that it hasn't even been greenlit, or they haven't even started working on it, if they were going to, which again, I don't foresee it happening unless something changes. But you think about with these layoffs, all these people about to be gone. Well, not all of them, but a good amount. And like one thing that we know about Bungie, they can make a very good first person shooter. Like the guns feel tight. And you think about all these people that have this knowledge of how to make the game feel good with gameplay. They're gonna be gone. They're gonna be going to another studio. Like they're not even gonna be here. So even if the fact that they can bring, or if they had the ability to start a D3 2-3 years from now, like all that talent is gone.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, like it is sad, but Destiny 2 had to go bye-bye eventually, brother. Like, I mean, I do agree with that decision. And I'm wishing the best for Bungie. Like you're saying, they do make great games. Where they go from here, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see a bright future with us playing Bungie games in the next couple of years. Unless that we are going back to some old titles just to mess around because we ain't got nothing else to do.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, bro. Division 3 will be out probably 2028. Into 2027, 2028, right? I'm looking for that too. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be hey Rico, that was it. That was us right there, bro, for real. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, you got GTA. GTA will hold me until Division 3 gets here. Cause I know that's gonna be tight. I already know. Ubisoft, man, they have thrown a lot of money into that game, bro. They really have. So I'm excited about that too. But I'm gonna tell you, this is my prediction. After like reading all of this stuff, I'm just telling y'all this. Bungie will not be around probably in the next 2 years, bro.
I agree.
Dang.
Bungie's gonna have to, they're gonna have to close the closet door on Bungie, bro. And they're gonna have to write it off. Watch what I tell you.
You think so?
Marathon ain't gonna make it, bro. I'm saying it here now. Marathon, as much as Rico and I love playing Marathon, it is not going to make it, bro. I give it maybe 3 seasons, maybe. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not playing the shit for a 3rd season if I've got to go redo all of this stuff over again. I don't even want to do it now. You understand what I'm saying? But I will do it one more time because I ain't got nothing else to do. You feel what I'm saying? And that's really the only reason. I ain't got nothing else to do. For real. But outside of that, it ain't gonna make it, bro. That because you don't, Steve, because I'm just saying this from a financial perspective. Because I deal with a lot of budget stuff at work all the time. And I'm telling you, you don't take that type of loss year over, like you're talking about quarter over quarter earnings. You don't take that. Somebody head got to roll, bro. For real. So so like you're talking about now you have to do a massive layoff. Think about what's going on in the country right now. Gas is literally $5 a gallon and going up on average, right? You're dealing with inflation, which is above 3%. And then you're talking about now you made a game that is really good, but you don't have the player base. And so if you don't have the player base, you have to throw more money in advertisement, like Rico said, to get it out there. That costs time, money. And guess what? There is no guarantee on return of investment if you are throwing money in advertisement for that game. You're throwing a Hail Mary. They're in a Hail Mary situation right now, Steve. That's why I say they got to, and Sony knows it. They have to throw that's why they double down in the article. They have to do everything they can to make this work. Because you're going to lose the base for Destiny. I mean, well, you've already lost it. Just say it's what it is. That Pantheon stuff, I bet you, I don't even think it's going to be that great, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be that great. So, yeah, I give Bungie 2 years, bro, as a shelf life. I deleted the Bungie app yesterday, Steve.
Off your phone?
Off my phone. I deleted that, Ishtar, the Destiny item manager, I deleted all of it. You know why? It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Just get them out of here.
What's crazy, the fact you saying that is because again, like me just scouring Twitter just to see like if any new news coming up, and this could be true. I don't know, but they said that an ex-employee, well, no, not an ex-employee, said people did not know that Destiny 2 was shutting down until that day when it was announced.
Right. You know why?
So they had, they had the crazy. They had them still working on the content that they were going to put out.
Yeah.
Like,
so Sony cut. Let me tell you something, Steve. Sony made that decision after them financials came out at the end of March. They made that decision right then. Destiny's gone. It's a wrap because you can't have Destiny 2 and Marathon. You can't invest all this money to build what they should have. This is why people are pissed off. For all of y'all who don't understand this, this is why people are mad. The money that went to Marathon should have went to D3. Mm-hmm. That's really what it should have went to.
Yeah.
And because it didn't go to D3, guess what? Now we have got ourselves in a conundrum. That's exactly what we're in right now. We're in a conundrum.
That's the first time you used that word in your life.
No. And so now you got to now your hand has to be forced. You have to choose Marathon or D2. And guess what? Yeah. You probably could have chosen D2 and would have been fine fiscally because everybody knows the title. But you roll the dice on Marathon, which again, I'm saying this again, y'all. It's a great game. If y'all haven't played it, it's a great game. It is. But nobody wants to play it. So now you have no real big player base. So Steve, that's what I'm saying. Bungie's done, bro. It's a wrap. They're going to close the door.
Y'all really give them 2 years.
That's it. Yeah. Steve, let me tell you this. They don't have any other titles. They don't have anything. And what can fix a $765 million shortfall? A game, think about it. Think about how much money Call of Duty makes, Steve. GTA 5. Think about how much money they make right now with their player base.
They're rolling in the two though, but those two games are like
no. You're missing the bigger point of what I'm saying. They're bringing in money. You don't have a title that's bringing in money not to that degree, but just in general.
Right. Yeah.
So now you're going to lose Destiny 2. You're going to lose all the micro, transactions, all of that. It's a wrap. And don't think that you're going to buy these microtransactions on Marathon. Ain't nobody buying that. It's weird.
Hey, so I just looked it up too. So the entire franchise of Destiny 2, a contract was signed for $500 million for the entire franchise of Destiny 2. And the reason why I'm not too sad right now, since I just looked up these numbers, and I really don't care where this thing goes. As the Joe point, we got some great games elsewhere coming out. Yo, GTA 6 put in $2 billion just in creating the game alone.
Jesus Christ.
This shit's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, bro, talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So you look at how long Destiny been out. $500 million for the whole franchise compared to $2 billion, and the game ain't even out yet. That's absurd. That game is gonna be like that. So that's the anticipation right there. If Bungie leaves, hey man, look, it is sad to say, which I hope it don't happen. That's what I'm leaning towards. But if it do, I'm just like, hey man, it's time to move on, I guess.
It's gonna happen, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Because you can't recover from that type of loss.
No.
You just can't. You can't.
That's huge, bro.
Numbers don't lie, Steve. They do not lie.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, one thing I've always been good with is numbers in my life. And right now, the math is not mathing. Right now, it's not. Bungie, it's a wrap. That's why I say I blame the CEO. The CEO is the reason why Bungie is in the space that it's in right now. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, sir. You ought to be ashamed of your damn self for what you have done to the people, the livelihood of those who work for you, and those that stepped up to the plate to play this game. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You should. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
And I stamped that. Hey, St. Oak, so what's your take on it? I would like to hear how you feel. You know?
Now, be honest. Yeah, be honest. Don't be politically correct. Now, be honest.
No,
I'm about to cry.
You're going down memory lane right now.
Going down memory lane.
What irritates me so much, man, and Joe alluded to it earlier. I've played this game a third of my life, man.
Damn.
Like to think about that.
Rico, we all have.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's sad, bro.
Like it just is. It's a tell sign where the game itself, people come together just to play that game, and like just for everybody, I know like Rico, he's more of a PvP head, right? Me and Joe, well, we can do PvP and PvE, but Destiny has so much more to offer than Marathon has currently right now. Although I do like what Marathon is doing. But the fact that they went in this direction where they could have advocated for certain things to change, because again, things I've been reading online, whether or not they're true or not, but I believe it, that they, like the devs, wanted to add so much to the game, but was told no, basically, by leadership, by the CEO, and they basically like tried to lie, and did lie to Sony, saying they were going to create all these games, which is why Sony bought them for $3.6 billion. They ain't worth nothing right now. And the fact that they made these decisions, and we're not gonna be able to play this game again. I do believe D2 needed to die for D3 to be born, but at this rate, I don't think it's not gonna happen. And my thing is, it shouldn't have happened like this. Like there's a way it could have happened. It shouldn't have happened like this. And I think the money they could have made with D3, like it would have printed money.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
And the thing that I hate is so many people that actually like Marathon, even though it's a small portion of people, but they're now getting the ire of Destiny people, because people, with that news of Destiny 2 no longer happening, people have been going to Steam and like writing bad comments for Marathon, and that's not fair.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Fact.
Yes, fact.
I mean,
Riley said she got her hair cut today.
Heck yeah.
It looks good, girl.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's where I stand. Like I think they could have did Destiny so much better than what happened, and I do blame the CEO. I agree 100%. Like he's the head person. He checked off whatever people wanted to do, and it just went down the hole. But which,
you know, I'm gonna tell you, Steve. You know what it was? That their leadership was not expecting. I don't think anybody was expecting Destiny to grow financially the way it did so fast, and then become a beloved game the way that it is. I want you to think about how many streamers have lives because of Destiny, bro.
Yeah. Jesus, yeah.
And I want you to think about how many streamers are probably gonna lose they following now because they're not playing Destiny anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I remember, Rico, I don't know if you remember this, bro. And I ain't ashamed to say this because I did it. There was a dude, I wanted to go to the lighthouse. I don't know if y'all remember. And I hit him up on his channel, and he took me to the lighthouse. You know what I'm saying? And bro, he was a new like streamer. He was like, and he was just doing it because he was just trying to get his name out here. And then he became, I think his name was like Dysfunction or something like that, man. But great player. And then that's when I kind of said, okay, I've got to learn how to really PvP, man. And then Steve told me to go to Call of Duty. I came back from Call of Duty. I was ready.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready. You hear me? And so now it's just like, yo, man, this shit makes me mad, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm mad not because of D2 dying. I'm mad because we didn't ask for Destiny. Y'all brought us the game, and then we started playing, and we liked it, and everybody started liking it. And then you use D2 as a money grab.
Yep.
Which in my opinion, this is why I always say, bro, you have to be passionate about projects that you're putting your all into, because nobody's gonna love this more than you. What the CEO of Bungie loved? Money.
Yeah.
And that's all he cared about. And sir, I hope you go bankrupt. I hope you lose every damn penny you got, bro. I hope you do. I mean that, man. I hope he do. He don't deserve it, yo. He doesn't. This is what it is. Don't blame Marathon. Don't blame the developers over there. Y'all, they have nothing to do with this. Blame the leadership.
Yeah.
Start from the top, work your way down. My heart goes out to all of the developers, bro, that was sitting in the studio that got that news while they were working on the content to find out they ain't gonna have no job. But they've still got to work because they're under contract. So they're going to be paid out of their contract, and then that's it. And talking about in an economy right now where a recession is a real thing that we're dealing with, and you've got all these people about to lose their jobs, not just in this industry, in multiple industries. It's like the rich keep richer, and you want to keep the little man where he at, man. I don't agree with that. I don't, man. We got to treat people better than that, yo.
I just got one more question for y'all, because I had so many questions, but the just the flow of y'all talking, y'all have answered every question I was going to ask y'all. But just this last question, and before we call it for the night. Like in the very beginning, when I was reading the statement that Bungie put out, they said that Destiny will live beyond Destiny 2. What do y'all think that means? Since we know that nothing has been greenlit for any new game that they want to do you think that means a reboot of just Destiny in general? Like, do you think that they're going to work on like putting a whole new engine together, or make a new genre of a game, or do you think like y'all was thinking for in the next 2 years, if they don't get Marathon right, then they're just going to be kaput?
Go ahead, Rico. I'm gonna let you go, because I got plenty to say about that.
I think that they just stringing us along and trying not to piss us off even further. I think that it's just smoke and mirrors right now, having us wishing and hoping that what we want to happen is going to happen, and it's probably never going to come into fruition. I think that's what that statement means. They can't go on there and be real and be like, nah, we ain't doing nothing with none of this stuff no more. Good luck. Like, everybody would evade and get off in your game, and then now you're really screwed. So
yeah, that's true.
I think they just telling us what we want to hear, man, just to give us the false hope to stick with them, you know? That's what I think. Bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you this, man, and this is where I stand at with this. I don't have any respect for anyone in a leadership position that can't be honest and walk in integrity and handle their business the way that they're supposed to, bro. I understand when you got to make decisions fiscally, but you need to be able to be a man and have that conversation up front with your people and say, hey, we messed up. This is what it is. As a result of our bad decisions, this is where we've landed. Own it. And Destiny, living beyond Destiny, bro, let me tell you what that really means, bro. Somebody else is going to figure out how to build a new improved Destiny. It ain't going to be Destiny, but some other developer is going to take the opportunity. And I mean, if you think about it, because Destiny was its own unique game, I think what we have coming, and I'm going to just say this proudly, I'm looking forward to GTA 6 and Division 3. That's going to give me everything that I need in both of those spaces, bro. Until somebody comes out with a better title for something that I want to do with PvE and PvP. But that right there, those are the two that's going to have my interest for sure. D3 is not going to happen. It can't. You've lost so much money and you have to, the only way you, okay, here's a suggestion to all my financial people out there in this sector. File for bankruptcy, Bungie. File for bankruptcy. Do what you got to do. But then that means Marathon has to die with it. And then move on. And then Sony, because Sony owns the rights to Destiny now anyway. So do what you got to do with it after that. That's the only play you have. Because I'm going to tell you this about Sony. Sony ain't going to just keep losing money. They're not going to do that.
True. That's true.
They will make some very tough decisions at the top, and they'll say, okay, we can't, we're bleeding. Because they stay on them books heavy. So, yeah, that's where I stand at with that.
Hell yeah.
Well, there was a lot said tonight. A lot of emotions, heavy, high. but I just want to say, for anybody that wants to play Marathon, we're going to be playing tonight. So
we in there. A little bit of cryo action. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's time.
We got to play it before the game, before 2 years, and it ain't going to be here no more. So it might not even last 2 years.
It might, yeah. Marathon might not even last 2 years.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. But again, we want to thank y'all for joining us with Dad's the Gamer. Just make sure you like, share, subscribe, and remember to comment, because we're going to comment right back at you.
Facts.
Have a good one. We out.